We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us.
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast.
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
Congratulations, Matt, on being the only one of us to not have massively amounts of gray hair in your beard, by the way.
It's because I'm a redhead.
Well, I got the ginger beard, though.
But it's something about being a redhead. You don't go gray like quickly. It like takes a long time for you to go gray.
So the torment in your youth is worth it as an adult now.
Oh yeah, total trade off. It's a super good payoff.
That's one thing I said to him was, that was the only benefit to being a redhead. Was
the only one.
Yeah,
the only one, the only notable one anyway. He might have he might have some secret benefits that he's not telling us. Maybe they just want to keep it tight in the redhead community. They don't want these benefits to be let out.
We all have like enormous penises.
Even the women.
Well,
even the women.
Yeah. We could go out and masquerade as the lead singer of an Irish band.
Yeah, because that always works.
Oh yeah, we all look the same.
That always works.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. Ladies love that.
Now, before my beard decided to go all gray, there was a lot of sort of reds in it as well. It was a very multicolored beard. It wasn't just a dark black or brown beard. Don't worry, Matt. I have 2 pens at the ready today.
Whoa! Let's see if you actually use them.
Well, I've got them pre-clicked, so I won't even have to click them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they're ready to
Holy
go.
Cow!
I know.
You're like, this is the most prepared Sean's ever been.
Hey, I'm the one who
I feel honored. I feel honored.
Do you have something to write on?
Oh, hold on. Actually, hold on. I have to go.
Oh no. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I lied. It's right here.
What a trickster!
But it's on my left side, which I need to change. I need to switch over to my right side.
You're not
left-handed.
I'm not
a weirdo.
Nobody in my family is left-handed. My youngest son Graham is left-handed. Just
burn him.
Yep, he's a lefty in everything he does.
Yep, witch.
I know.
He's a witch.
He's a witch?
I think that's one of the signs of being a witch.
I think so.
Well, see, now this is where it gets confusing. Can men be witches, or are they wizards?
Well, I think they're warlocks. I think a warlock is a male witch, yeah. But I think witches are trying to break those gender stereotypes, and they're trying to be all one. It's one encompassing now. So I think they want. I think they want witch to be accepted as being able to reference a male or a female that practices witchcraft.
J.K. Rowling lied to us. J.K. Rowling lied to us.
Well, J.K. Rowling
calls them wizards and witches in Harry Potter.
She never claimed to be a good person. She did.
I mean,
she did it
you
all.
Can say that about a lot of people.
Right.
I don't think I've ever claimed to be a good person.
She also went out pretending to be the lead singer of an Irish band to get pussy.
Yeah.
So
like an Irish ska band.
Yeah. Oh, an Irish ska band.
Yeah,
that's
the
ultimate
poser.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So Matt, do you remember?
Go ahead.
Matt,
no, sorry, I apologize.
We're the hosts, Pokey. So
Matt,
yeah,
Jesus.
So do you remember we were talking? Remember we were talking about South Americans?
Yes.
So I decided that I'm taking issue with the fact that where we live is considered the Midwest, right?
Right.
Because in the grand scheme of the whole width of the country, we are more on the eastern side. So I would like to declare that we live in the Middle East, and we don't get along with South Americans.
So are you saying you want to start? Do you want all the problems that the Middle East has, or you just want to take the name?
The name.
We can't. But
I don't want to
say Midwest has not. The Midwest has nothing to do with where we're located, like east to west in the country. It has to do with the fact that we're in the Western Hemisphere.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The Midwest is not referring to the whole country. It's referring to anything like west of the East Coast states. The Midwest is referring to a specific section of the U.S., not...
I thought it had everything to do with the Western Hemisphere.
No.
Those are both logical. Those are both logical things. I don't disagree with Matt's thought process. I think Sean's right, but I don't disagree with your thought process.
We're not supposed to Google anything.
no one in New York is saying I'm from the Midwest. They're talking about a certain section of the U.S.
We also reference this flyover country too,
because we're in the middle of the country in the Western Hemisphere.
I don't know about that.
Or are we midway to the west? So if you're coming from the east, you're midway to the west.
I don't know. I know. I just want to be called. I just want to say I live in the Middle East, and that we don't care for South Americans. Which, Pokey, this is a way to test you to see if you listen to our show, because you would know what I was talking about if you listened. If you were an avid listener. In all fairness,
I have not listened. You caught me. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I will say this: do you propose a name change for the current Middle East? So if you want to take Middle East, I feel it's only fair that you have a decision of what you would call the Middle East then. The current Middle East.
I don't want to perpetuate,
because it's in the middle of the area in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Look, the U.S. already has a history of just showing up and taking stuff that doesn't belong to us. So I don't want to take the name Middle East from that area of the world. I would just like to adopt it as well. There'll be two separate Middle Easts in that sense then.
Matt just said the thing about the Middle East. I actually think he might be right on this one. I was leaning towards you, but I think I'm going with Matt.
The whole Eastern Hemisphere part?
Yeah, I think he's actually spot on. I mean, it makes sense.
So that why is no one from, say, New York saying I'm in the they don't say I'm in the East West. They say I'm from the East Coast.
Because it's the East Coast, because it's the coast.
Yes, I know it's coast, but
because what else would you call us? What else would you call this portion of the country?
Tornado Alley.
It's unclassifiable.
Tornado Alley.
That's a specific part of the.
So is the Midwest.
The Midwest can't be a specific part of the Midwest.
The Tornado Alley. You think the Tornado Alley is specific to the It is specific to the Midwest, I suppose, but it's not like we call it Tornado Alley because it's in the Midwest. It's because that's where so many tornadoes happen. Matt,
I think it's. Go ahead. Interesting.
Do you have an intro this week?
What I was just about to say, I'm like, what I want to say is hello and welcome to High School Famous.
Hello. So,
do I want to do an intro? I don't know. Here, hello and welcome to High School Famous, the podcast that threatens to eat your soul, but is actually your salvation. I'm Matt.
I'm Sean, and
today we have a special guest.
We do.
If you haven't heard already,
I'm a special guest. Okay.
I didn't.
Every guest is special. Don't feel special.
Oh.
We've even had guests on more than once. I did not clear with you how you would like to be introduced before we started.
Well, I mean, I feel as long as we've known each other, you probably have to call me by the name that you know me as.
But I know you by many names, but at this point.
What you call me. You don't.
More than just two.
My name, my God-given name is Stephen Anthony Rusher. I go by Tony, but I have a long-standing nickname that people from our hometown still reference me by, and that is Pokey.
So wait, you don't want me to refer you by what, I call you, in private? That's not what you're talking about? You're talking about Pokey. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying,
well, you call him Pokey, but in different contexts.
We have to keep some things behind closed doors, Sean.
Right. There's safe words for a reason, and there's, doors closed for a reason. So that's a good...
We've discussed our safe words before.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yes, Pokey is here.
Yeah, we'll find out if we appreciate
out of curiosity,
you joining us.
Because I don't know if I know why or where the nickname Pokey came from. Do you even know?
When I moved up, I lived in Missouri for a period of time. So I was born in Chicago, moved to Joplin, Missouri. My dad started calling me Pokey, when it was baseball. I just take my time walking up. He just said, he would just call me. He'd say, "Quit being Pokey. Hey, Pokey." He'd just say that all the time. And it kind of became a nickname for my dad.
What a loving father.
Yeah. Encouraging. You're supposed to run when you hit the ball.
Yes. I just kind of took my time. And so then I moved in. I went to Parker Elementary in Elk River. And when I went to Parker, they had said, "Hey, put your name or your nickname or whatever it is." It was like an art project. And I just put Pokey on mine because it was just a nickname that my dad called me all the time. And then people saw it. I was new. And then it just kind of became a conversation starter, and it just kind of stuck. And then everybody called me Pokey.
There it goes.
Gotcha. Mystery solved.
So it's one of those things where no matter how fast you go, you're still, people still think of you as that slow, pokey kid.
Well, yeah, and I didn't even realize at the age I was. It took me until we were probably in high school to realize that, which is kind of sad to admit now, but
I was just going to say.
My last name's Rusher, and my nickname was Pokey, so it was a little bit of my name's a little bit of an oxymoron.
Oxymoron, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So,
interesting.
There you go.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
The deep, dark mystery of my nickname.
Yeah, I don't think I ever, I never sat down and thought, oh, what do we call him that? Until Sean's like, oh, hey, Pokey's going to come on the show. I'm just like, where did that name come from?
Well,
all these years.
I still run into people from, I don't talk to a lot of people from high school anymore. But when I do run into somebody from our hometown or anything like that, they're like, hey, I never knew your real name. Like, I just know,
yeah.
Oh, really?
And they're like, till we they'll friend me on Facebook and they'll message me and they'll be like, yeah, I just always knew you as Pokey. I never knew you I thought that was your actual real name.
Well,
I'm like, no, my parents were that torturous.
That'd have been cruel, yeah.
When you're introduced to someone with a nickname...
It took you forever to get out, to be born. That's why.
Unless you really care to get to know someone, if you get introduced to someone with a nickname, then you're just like... You get so far into the friendship or the acquaintance or whatever is that you never go, oh, by the way, what is your name? You just...
right. I mean, at that point, you're like, I should know their first name, and I'd be really embarrassed to ask now.
Right. I never cared to learn, which is what I'm saying. And there's even someone else in from high school that I just started talking to her, and I never learned her name, and so I just said, I don't know your name, so I'm going to call you this, and I just called her a different name the whole time I talked to her, and she was fine with it.
There was a girl whose name I couldn't remember for a long time, or she was in an art class with us, and I could not remember her name, so I just started calling her Bob, and then everybody started calling her Bob.
I remember Bob.
Great. Yeah,
I remember Bob.
I think her real name was Jenny. I think.
Yeah, the girl I talked to, either her real name was Rose, and I called her Sally, or vice versa. I forget which one it was.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you used to call somebody Sally.
So I actually before I went into real estate, I worked at Becker Furniture World. And I was working at Becker Furniture World, and guy we went to high school with, Chris Johnson, his wife came in with him, and they were coming to buy. And I believe her real name's Jennifer. She graduated with us. She's super nice. I remember her from high school. I mean, I remember talking to her, but she came in, and I could not remember her name for the life of me. And I had to fill out their order because they ended up buying a mattress for me, and we're buying this. I put in Chris's name, and I put in her name, and she goes to walk it up, and she goes, hey, you put the wrong name on here. And I basically got caught just not knowing her name.
Yeah.
It was the most awkward thing ever. And I tried to come up with some ridiculous lie to just not feel like an asshole. It was unfortunate.
There was a time, I believe I was at Perkins, and I ran into someone. This was not long after high school. So people were still floating around Elk River. And I was at Perkins, and I bumped into someone from high school, and I didn't remember their name. And we got into talking for a little bit, and I just flat out said, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what your name is. I wasn't trying to cover it up.
I could actually perfectly see that moment with you too, because you have your deadpan kind of hey, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I really don't know who you are.
I'm not going to try to dance around this or come up with some reason why. I'm just like, dude, I don't know what your name is. And he's I'm pretty sure he told me what it was at the time, but I don't remember what it was anymore.
Do you guys,
dude, I'm notorious with that too.
Do you guys have a segue that you do with somebody that you meet? Even if it's just not somebody from high school, but more on the ilk of what we're talking about, a trick where you can get somebody, if you're with somebody, do you introduce hey, here's my buddy Sean.
Yeah. So to get them to say their name?
Yeah.
That kind of trick?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I might have tried that trick before, which is pretty solid. But I don't think I have my own sort of little maneuvers to get someone to say their name without having to ask what it is.
This is the foolproof way. So I'm talking to somebody I don't remember their name. Sean walks up for some reason. Sean's in Chicago with me.
Yeah, I'm there.
Sean walks up, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is my friend. You two introduce each other.
That's nice.
Introduce yourselves.
Just go
introduce yourselves.
Yes, exactly. Or you can just go with Sean and just be brutally honest and say, "Hey, I don't remember."
I think especially back in the day when we were around more people more commonly, and we had sort of our own reputations about ourselves, I would probably easily get away with introducing someone as the wrong name entirely on purpose and it being funny. And then they'd be like, hey, no, my name's really this. And then that would be the way to do it. I would just be like, hey, have you met, Lobo? And then they would say, my name is Craig, you dickhole.
Yeah.
So,
but you just go completely off base and just
Lobo. Like, this is Charlie. This is Charlie Poopy Pants.
Yeah, call a woman a man's name and vice versa. Like you said with Bob, I'd be like, hey, this is Clarence, or that's the man's name. I couldn't come up with a woman's name.
Sally.
Well, right, but I was trying to think of like some weird, I was trying to think of some weird obscure woman's name that I haven't. Like this is Abigail. I don't know.
Well, in all fairness,
this is
Guinevere.
High school is kind of a hard one though too. Like you look at it from the perspective of we had 585 people in our class.
Yeah, it was gross. Lots of BO. Shoulder to shoulder.
That was just our class.
Exchange.
I think each class after us was bigger.
Until they finally
just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But so in all fairness, I ran into a guy and he remembered who I was and he was from high school and he was talking to me. He was the nicest guy. Introduced himself. Still to this day, do not remember him from high school. Anyway,
I hope he doesn't listen.
Yeah, I think that. I don't know. And I felt like I had a pretty good grasp. At least I could remember a face or something like that.
Yeah.
And I talked with him, and he knew all these people, and he's telling me all these names. He's like, "Yeah, we hung out this one time, and I have a pretty good recall of some stuff. Not everything from high school, obviously, but I was just sitting there, and I went home and I looked him up on Facebook, and I really looked at him for, I was like on his profile trying to look at him like, I have no recollection of this person at all at any point in my life.
Even like breaking out the yearbook and then looking at like pictures from then and you're just being like, I still no idea who this person is.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, I remember this picture now, but I can't picture ever seeing this person in school before. I remember being at some kind of, I used to think I was very like unknown. And I remember being at some party. Maybe it was one of the Nosen parties or something in Minneapolis that he would have. And these two girls that I think I remember were fairly popular, said something about me and mentioned me and talked to me. And I'm like, you guys know who I'm like, I seriously said, you guys know who I am? I just figured people did not know who I was, especially important people.
Yeah. Well, the way I knew you guys is I remember when we have to go over to Vandenberg for classes. Was that 10th grade?
I think so. 10th or 11th, yeah.
Yeah. So when we'd have to transfer over there, I remember you guys playing, was it you two and Eddie Bebo, I think playing hacky sack, right by one of the doors outside of my classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
probably.
That's, and that's how that's what I remember you guys. And then when we became friends later on, I was like, oh yeah, no, I knew who you guys were. I knew your names. I knew all that stuff. But
you're the weird kids that kick
the
bags of
guys.
Beans around.
Yeah,
the hacky sack boys.
You don't want your sacks to touch the ground.
That was our team nickname that we. Yeah, the hacky sack boys.
That sounds like a right wing group, like the Proud Boys or something like that, though.
Oh god!
Anytime you put boys at the end of anything, it sounds real right wing.
Yeah,
the left boys.
The
Democrat boys.
An example. I was trying to think of a real example that has boys at the end of it.
Or you have those horrible twins.
There's the Soggy Bottom Boys from Oh Brother.
I can handle that. I can handle the Soggy Bottom Boys. There's those.
I can handle a Soggy Bottom.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh gosh,
and I'm fine with my sack.
You see how hairy and fat I am, right? Yes, I can handle a Soggy Bottom.
I'm fine with my sack touching the ground too, unlike some people.
Yeah.
Well, as you get older, things happen. Our bodies change.
Yeah, it's just dragging. I'm like, why can my dick never do that?
You've become a pensioner when you sit on the toilet and your balls get wet.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I had my
aim is that's just because my aim is awful.
Oh
yeah,
you pee directly onto your balls.
So they become warm and wet. It's gross.
I see. I have great aim, but now I'm just getting older, and I feel like I just have a little extra dripping going on. Probably from a larger prostate or something. But
before and after.
My aim is great. It's my vision that's causing the problem. I could go straight ahead, but I don't know what I'm aiming, what I'm pointing toward. So
yeah,
like I got the angle right. I just might be doing, in the closet or something, or in my dresser.
I love that we've transitioned into our balls and our urine streams now.
Of course. Yes. Every time we talk to you, Pokey, we talk about our dicks.
Well, I did have my first experience of sitting on my balls about a year ago. That was horrendous. That was absolutely the worst thing ever.
The crazy thing is that wasn't my first experience sitting on your balls.
No, absolutely not.
No. So many times.
Let's clarify for the listeners. This was his first experience of accidentally sitting on his balls. There have been plenty of occasions where it was part of the plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was horrendous though.
It was part of the kink. I have not done that.
It is, and I don't even know what happened, or I don't even know. Like it was just like,
I wasn't even sitting.
I went to go sit down in my office and I literally just rolled, and I was in an office with like my coworkers. So I'm like just writhing in pain. Yeah, I was just writhing in pain on the floor. And, I have two females that I work with, and they come over and they go, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah, no." And they're like, "Well, what happened?" I'm like, I sat on my balls.
Don't go to HR, but I sat on my balls.
Luckily, we're a small brokerage, so there's no HR department. I'm the HR department, so it's just
oh my God!
So you can say whatever you want.
I can do whatever. Yeah, I'm the law.
So there's lots of heavy petting that goes on, is what you're saying, in your office.
Just uninvited back rubs. Nothing too creepy.
I sat on my balls doing a handstand once, which was really, really it impressed the Guinness Book of World Records folks.
That's a feat in itself, right there.
Okay, crash and burn on that one.
Are you marking down that you failed a joke?
I just wrote crash and burn for some reason. I don't know. I have a pen. I feel like
you're using it.
Last time we started going, and my pen was in another part of the house, and so we got through like 50 minutes, and I'm like, hey, by the way, Matt, I don't have a pen.
Furthest part of the house away from you.
Down. So now
are you in your office right now? Or do you record in your office?
Well, this is just my so this is my bedroom.
Bedroom / office.
Oh.
But I used to have my desk downstairs in the.
Not to get too sexy.
Yeah. 2 pillows, right? So.
A bit presumptuous, but okay.
Right. Hey, there's 2 pillows, so. And the bed is wider than one person.
There you go.
No, so I used to have my desk.
Place.
I used to have my desk downstairs, but I felt like moving it up here. So it's to change. I wanted to have a different looking background for another thing that I do. So that was the reason I moved upstairs, and that way it could also be like, well, downstairs where the big TV is, that's where you just sort of hang out. That's not where I also work,
Yeah. So in your workspace, you don't have pens readily available.
I have this pen, which is usually at my desk, but it was downstairs for whatever reason. I was using it to fill out some forms downstairs. And sorry to everyone who's hearing this story twice now, but so that's why it was left down there. I forgot to grab it before we started. And so Matt was giving me a real hard time about not having just a bunch of pens at the ready at my desk. And so he showed me his cup full of pens, and I was jealous. And I said, well, there are more pens here. But I said there are more pens here. It's just that, they both happen to be right next to each other downstairs.
We don't have the disposable income that Matt Schlegel has to
right.
Just have a.
Well, I'm the fucking J.D. Rockefeller of pens.
You can tell by his curtain he has behind him for sound, sound management.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was actually. You made me think of something too. Do you remember? I found this picture a while ago, going through all my old stuff, and it was of you and me, Sean, and it was. I forget whose car we were in the back of. It might have been Mark Ewert's car.
Probably.
But I had borrowed you my shirt. So you were wearing my plaid shirt.
I know what picture you're talking about. Yes. And
it just made me think about this. Do you remember we got confused for brothers a lot?
We did.
A lot.
Well, I know part of it was there was a time where my hair was a lot longer. Like you had sort of shaggier hair for a bit, and I had kind of shaggier hair at the same time. I think that was like the height of it. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it while we were in school?
I just remember going places with you and being, oh, is that your brother? And I didn't have a beard and neither did Sean. So we just had about the same color, shaggy hair. But I always look at it and go, I don't feel that Sean and I look anything alike in any way. Even in that picture, it was kind of like, okay, I kind of get it. My face was skinnier because I wasn't a fat ass, but we're like sitting there. I'm like looking at this picture and I go, I don't understand how people confuse us for brothers like that.
Josh Gilbertson was another one that people thought he and I were brothers a lot.
See, I see that far more than you and I.
There was one time we even convinced a server that we were twins.
Oh, you can see that.
To get some sort of a twin discount or what?
No.
What was the purpose?
No, I think it's because we were on a double date, so I think we were trying to be silly to make impress the girls, show them how funny we were. So we convinced the server that we were twins, and she believed us, or at least she said she did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The hijinks that Sean found himself in.
Then we moved to
born several months apart.
Then he and I moved to because he's an 83 kid. So then he and I moved to the same side of the booth, and we said we were conjoined, which was also fun. That part didn't happen.
Did the server believe that?
No, that part didn't happen. But it would have been awesome.
Suddenly.
It would have been awesome if I would have thought of it back then.
I think this sounds like a sitcom premise
where people just pretend to be twins.
Yeah, just on a date to impress themselves.
Isn't that the movie
girls?
I mean, what happened in the movie Twins with Schwarzenegger and DeVito? Was that
nothing like that?
Okay, so
they weren't trying to impress girls.
It was a chromosomal difference. They were basically a science experiment. If I remember this correctly, it's been a while since I've watched Twins, so
I don't know that I've ever seen it all the way through, but I know I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, they were like a lab experiment, and when they did basically, Arnold Schwarzenegger got all the perfect parts of the genetics.
Oh,
and
okay.
Danny DeVito got the worst. So they're biologically twins, fraternal twins. But like Danny DeVito's just like the crappy version.
The runt.
Yeah.
He's the runt of the litter.
Yeah. It's just
like how okay with his physical appearance does he have to be to sign on for that role? I'll play this part where I'm basically the ghoul.
I'll be the guy.
Yeah. I'm the ghoul of the two.
I'll be the guy who's the genetic cesspool of the movie.
And it's funny because, the average man standing next to Schwarzenegger would be like, oh, God, how inferior am I? But to put Danny DeVito, of all people, to be the one next to him.
Yeah.
Because it would have worked. It would have kind of worked with anybody, in a way.
Well, and from what you understand is
But it's so much more comical.
Well, DeVito got in the movie, I remember Danny DeVito got basically sent away. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the picture right there. Oh, good Lord.
God, were you guys brothers?
Oh, my gosh. I think we are.
Oh, my gosh. In heart.
I just like how you had that picture, at the...
It wasn't at the ready. I spent a while just now searching through Facebook to find it.
But you could still find it. Oh, because it was on Facebook.
Yeah, I had a hard copy of it. I think Abby might have taken it.
Because I'm in it?
Not taking the physical copy, but took the photo.
I thought you were saying she took
photo.
it, she took it from you to keep it for herself, and that's why I said because I'm in it.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
actually, Abby and I still talk from time to time. I was actually going to have her do a tattoo for me. I thought that'd be fitting to have a tattoo done by my ex-girlfriend.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. You're not talking about.
Pass.
You're not talking
It'll just
about
be
me,
Taylor
right?
Swift lyrics of "We Are Never Getting Back Together."
Yeah, that's what it is.
I want this, and then be surprised by something else. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's her. She's secretly getting some sort of revenge on you. While you pick out a certain tattoo, it's on an area you can't see her working on. Let's say you want it on your back or something, and she's just she puts those Taylor Swift lyrics on your back instead.
Well, thank God Chinese lettering is out now, too. That's not fashionable anymore. So,
oh, right.
Where she could, you write, duck sauce rather than, what I wanted to say.
Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah. Enter here.
In the middle of his upper back.
Yeah.
Enter here.
And there's an arrow pointing up,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever want a tattoo. I think I could do a tattoo on my upper middle back, but there's some places that I don't understand why people get tattoos in certain places.
They're expressing themselves.
The face.
Yeah.
The taint.
Oh, that's too. No.
Matt, have you seen a taint tattoo in your life?
I have not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You requested one and they turned you down. They said, we do not do the taint.
I wanted
it's
not
not medically cleared. It's
tattoo a basketball backboard there because that's where the balls bounce.
Now, you did not just make this up. This is something you've had
I
for a
heard
while.
that somewhere.
You heard it somewhere.
I've heard that.
He had that in the bank. He was just waiting for the day.
I've heard referring to the taint as the backboard before.
I like how you give me shit for having a photo that I had quote unquote at the ready, and you pull out that piece of shit.
That's a lot different. It's not like I searched around for it. It just presented itself.
No, that's even worse though.
He's
been
holding on to that.
That's my point. You didn't have to dig for it. It was right in the frontal cortex.
I just love that. That's what you've been waiting on. Oh, I got a really great taint joke. I'm just waiting for the time for the taint.
I just gotta wait. This has been 43 episodes. I've been waiting to throw this out there.
This is your version of Costanza's the jerk store called and they're running out of you. Like that's what this was. You're like, I wish I would have said that.
Oh.
So, well,
let's masquerade that he's at least a little witty. By the way, Sean, let's give him a break and act like that was super witty and right off the top of his head.
No, it was witty for whoever came up with it. I'm not denying it's witty.
Yeah, I heard it somewhere once that it was referred to as not the tattoo a backboard thing. I came up with the tattooing a backboard there, but it being referred to as a backboard, I heard before.
So you've heard the taint. You've heard the taint being referred to as a backboard.
Yes.
But so your own original addition to that was to get a tattoo of a backboard in that area of your body.
Yes.
So good on you. Good on you. I'll give you that one.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.
I'll give you half a joke.
Resolved.
Sean, don't make me show you all my pens again to make you to win you back over.
I'm telling you, I got 200% more than I did last week. And I know at least one works because I've been jumping. You said you weren't going to show the pens.
I know I had. I'm sorry.
Is there a highlighter in there too?
There's also a highlighter. Yeah.
That's grandstanding right there. Once you throw out the highlighter
and a comb.
He likes to because what he does. This is how into himself he is. He's how important he thinks he is. He writes something down and then he highlights it just so it stands out a little more. But it doesn't work if you highlight everything. I've been trying to tell him this for years.
Yeah, everything's important.
Wow, my light just turned orange.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the hue of your face did darken a little bit.
Yeah. So let me try to fix it here.
Mood lighting on there.
So let's fix it.
You must have somehow bumped that.
No, I didn't bump it. The remote was way on the end of the desk.
Oh, I love it's going through. It's going wacky.
I set the mode to cycle through the colors. So let me go back.
You do like to set the mood for yourself, huh?
There's my back. Oh yeah, 2 pillows. Switching up the lights. It's a regular
sex dungeon in there.
Well, it can't really. Can it really?
Like one pillow's always pristine.
It's the upper level, so I can't really call it a dungeon. I can call it the sex tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That actually sounds a little bit more safe for
welcoming
a woman that would come over.
Go
to the sex tower rather than the sex dungeon.
Yeah. Well, we're a few.
It's still dank and moist, but
for a different reason
just
entirely.
Like the taint.
Yeah. The ventilation is ideal, but there's still a lot of dank moisture going on in this place.
Yeah,
I don't wash things.
This was a great opportunity for another taint joke, by the way, Matt.
I know, but he's only got one.
Damn. Yeah, I just got the. I taint got no more. Sorry.
Yep, like I said, just one.
That's perfect.
Just the one. It's still just one
write
joke.
That one down as a.
That might.
Would you refer to your joke as earlier, Sean? That didn't hit
the crash and
critical fail.
I already forgot.
Crash and burn. Yeah,
I already forgot what. No, crash and burn wasn't the joke, but I already forgot what the joke was.
No, but that's what you referred to it as.
Yeah,
you sat on your balls when you did a handstand was the joke.
That's right. So it is somewhat
maybe it
memorable.
Wasn't as much of a crash and burn as you thought,
or it was disastrous I remembered it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you judge it by how well someone can recall it later, or the fact that no one laughed when it was said? I mean,
well, there can be something that's really. What's the effect where if something's so incredibly horrible, it almost starts to get good? That movie, The Room. You ever heard that?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The disaster artist is based on it or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like that,
I don't know.
That movie actually
it's so bad it's good.
Yeah. It actually has college classes done on it because it's such an anomaly that people enjoy watching it because it is so horrendous.
Yeah, I don't know that I've heard a term for that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. there are plenty of things that fit that category. But yeah, I'd be
just
interested
referred
to know.
As so bad it's good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what Lonely Island was trying to do with their first album. It was called Incredibad. Maybe they're saying it's so bad it's enjoyable because it's so bad.
Yeah.
Or it's nothing like that. I like it.
Yeah, it's a fun album.
I mean, they're probably just being self-deprecating, which a lot of people in the comedy field are. So
we have to be.
Yes. Yeah, I would wonder how well, like, a very well-adjusted, well-rounded person with a very positive upbringing would do as being like a stand-up comedian. I would imagine not that great.
Yeah, it's hard to make people laugh telling them stories about how good things are.
Right.
Well, see, you know what? I'll take it different. Like, I feel like I had a good upbringing. I mean, as far as like my parents were like present, but like,
but you're not a comedian though. Is what I'm. I don't know why you're contributing your background to this conversation because.
Well, I think we're all funny people. I think if I had wanted to be in the comedy,
speak for yourself.
I will give you guys no more credit during this time. It's okay. It's the last compliment.
Yeah. Out of the Sean and I comedy duo, I'm clearly the straight man.
No, I'd say you're funny. You make me laugh. Mostly it's because you're a redhead, though.
No, it's because I like to. He said that because I like to say I'm bilarious.
Bilarious.
Right.
That was fairly good, Sean. Did you just come up with that?
No, it's from a show.
See? Yeah. Neither one of us are creative on our own. We steal things from things we've heard places before.
Oh, just joke theft left and right.
Yes. That's either from, I can't remember, it's either from 30 Rock or Kimmy Schmidt. One of the two shows, I think.
I think it's Kimmy Schmidt.
They're like, are any of you guys funny? They're like, I'm not funny. I'm bilarious. And then did jazz hands and everything. And they brought him in. I think it was 30 Rock because they were bringing him on the show.
It was probably 30 Rock.
Because on 30 Rock, they did like a sketch show, kind of like SNL. That's what the whole thing was. So that's what it was. I think they were trying to like save the show or ruin the show. One of the two things. I can't remember which one. Save
the show. They brought on Tracy Jordan, which Tracy Morgan, but he's Tracy Jordan in the show. They brought him on to save the show.
That's right.
It was originally called The Girly Show, and then they switched it to TGS with Tracy Jordan.
Right. So they just, they put Tracy right up front and they just abandoned the core of what the show was about from the get-go.
Yes.
Which we've seen happen so many times in the entertainment world.
Yeah. Well, like Family Matters was supposed to be a serious show.
It was?
Was it really?
It was supposed to be more, it was supposed to be more serious than it, like, it was, I think it was still supposed to be kind of like a comedy sitcom, but I think it was supposed to, they wanted it to, like, kind of hit on more actual issues with, like, that the black community deals with. But then Steve Urkel was so funny, so then it just became that.
Yeah, because I remember there being episodes about, like, the dad being a cop and struggling with, like, being black and being a cop. Mm-hmm. And then I remember the series somehow going to all of a sudden, like, Steve Urkel figured out how to change himself into Stefan.
Yeah. And then he, like, made, like, a robot of himself and, like, all this other shit. It became ridiculous.
It just went off the rails.
I wonder why Laura never went for him.
She did in the end.
She went for Stefan.
She went for Stefan.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it is. Like, does that mean she loves me for me or for who I wish I was? Mm-hmm. Is that true love?
I just know that's when that show jumped the shark for sure.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was being that incredible beforehand.
I just remember watching TGIF. So it was like Step by Step, Family Matters, Full House. What else was on?
I want to say I don't remember any other shows on.
Yeah, I don't remember what was all on TGIF.
You said what? Family Matters, Step by Step, Full House, right? Was that one of them?
Yeah. I feel like there was another one in there, but I can't remember.
There probably was. I bet that, as they probably rotated as some shows kind of ended and new ones came in. I bet it kind of rotated a little bit, or there was some revolving shows.
But they had the best. I don't even think the shows were great. I just think the theme songs were so great.
I'll tell you, for a while in the mid 2000s, I would say I had a lot of my ringtones were theme songs from those television shows. I had Step by Step, I had Who's the Boss, I had Family Matters, I had a whole bunch of ringtones that I downloaded from those shows, which was amazing. I was proud of it.
All phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of TV shows,
well,
Sean, did you have something for us to do?
I don't know if we have time to do it now, unless how long can people go for?
I'm actually good.
I'm good for a little bit.
Okay, well, I thought we should try the buzzer thing, but maybe that's too much. Maybe we could just go off of people raising their hands or yelling out the answer first.
Okay.
I don't know. I just looked up some famous movie quotes, and I would have you guess which movie they are from.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay, so the first one might be a little hard. It's just fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Sounds familiar, but I cannot.
I know it's not right, but
it's from.
I'll make a guess. Is it Back to the Future?
No. The movie was called All About Eve.
Oh God, yeah.
It's black and white.
Know that.
So maybe I'll skip some of the older ones. Okay.
All About Eve.
Yeah, it's like 40s, I think.
It sounds familiar. My dad watched a lot of old movies, so.
Okay, so we'll get this one, but you guys got to be fast.
Okay.
Mama always said, "Life is like a box of chocolate."
Forrest Gump.
Okay, Matt won.
Yeah, we'll just yell out the
All
answers.
right, so just yell over each other. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what Sean and I normally do.
Yeah.
Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Wizard of Oz.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pokey got that one. Okay, Mrs.
Sounds
Robinson,
like a
are
kidding
you
story.
trying to seduce me?
The Graduate.
Matt got that one.
I
Okay.
gotta remember.
Pause for cop siren going by. Okay.
Okay. What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, dang it.
Oh shit! What is that?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No, it's
No, I was thinking Mr. Hand.
What's the damn name of the movie? Full Metal Jacket.
You are both incorrect. The movie
shit.
is Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. Crap.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's a good movie, too. Dang, I haven't seen that.
I was closer.
Here's an
Half a point.
yeah. Sure. Yeah, we're not going to do half points.
If you get it a decade, can we get a half point or?
No one's guessed a decade yet, so I mean, I guess so far,
who's
no
ever
half
closer, who's ever less degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
Gotcha.
Gets the point.
I'm not going to fact check any of this because we're trying to be pressed for time here. Greed is good. I'll tell you who delivered the line. Michael Douglas delivered the line. Greed is good.
Wall Street.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna
Pokey
say.
got it. All right. Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Planet of the Apes.
All right, that's the Matt point.
Charleston Heston.
If you build it, they will come.
Field of Dreams.
Matt
That's
got
just quick
that
on this
one.
right now.
I'm king of the world.
Titanic.
Pokey got that one.
That was a tie. Titanic, if you know what I mean.
All right, this one's going to be a little maybe more obscure. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Oh, that's from King Kong.
Oh, Matt got that one.
Oof.
How about this one? Play it again, Sam.
Casablanca.
Shit.
Casablanca for Pokey for the point.
Nice.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Sleeping Beauty.
Matt got Sleeping Beauty.
Almost said Snow White.
You know what? You're wrong.
Oh, Snow White.
It's Snow White. I accidentally gave you the point. To be fair, those two movies for some reason are kind of easy to confuse.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's because of the evil.
That and I feel like they're set in similar time periods and stuff.
Sorry about that. I thought I turned my phone down.
Well, you didn't.
Ruined the episode.
Ruined the whole thing.
All right.
I'm going to start over.
Stay away from her, you bitch.
Aliens.
Matt is correct with aliens.
It's aliens. Yeah.
All right, this one might be a little obscure too. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
See, because that's from something originally, but it's been reused so many times in movies that I'm wondering if it's in reference to the original or...
This is the original. I'm talking about the original.
Well, okay, it's from the original. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I don't recall what it was originally in.
I know, because I know it's been... I mean, I can tell you a bunch of movies that it's been in.
So how about you say one, and we'll call it a guess.
Well, I think it's Ed Wood. It was in Ed Wood.
That's not the movie to which I am referring. I'm sorry. Matt, do you have one guess, and we'll call it...
I don't have a guess.
The movie was Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any
this
idea.
one, I'll be angry if neither of you get this. Luke, I am
Star
your
Wars.
father.
Well,
it's shit.
It's Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
All right. Well, Pokey said it first.
It was Empire. Yep. I couldn't think of which. I couldn't pull the name out of my brain.
Your taint. So
but I remember the taint is the backboard.
The answer didn't bounce. The answer didn't bounce off of that backboard right into your brain.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go through and let's make sure we are. Oh crap! We have to start over.
Okay.
Why?
Because none of those none of those quotes are the correct quote. These are commonly misquoted.
Sean was tricking us.
These are commonly misquoted movie lines, and now I'm going to go through some choices to see if you can guess which one is the real quote from the movie. And this is where I will play clips to reveal the answers.
Oh, a twist.
Uh-huh.
You Shyamalan'd us.
So I call this game, you can misquote me on that.
Nice.
Well played.
I know. So,
see, the thing is I know the Luke, I am your father is not correct.
I was hoping you were going to say the correct line then, and that's how I was going to transition into the real game. Okay. But you didn't.
See, because the funny thing was I was so focused in on trying to get the correct guess that I wasn't thinking about the fact that any of the quotes were actually incorrect.
Okay, so let's do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think what I'll do is for the ones that we couldn't get, right? We couldn't guess the movie.
Right.
Like All About Eve and Sunset Boulevard.
Well, we can still try to figure out what the real answer is.
Okay, okay, so how about this? We'll knock those.
Let's play it through.
We'll knock we'll just go in order.
Yeah,
sure. You know what? That's gonna be a lot easier because my clips are in the correct order. So I would have set myself up for failure by going out of order. Okay, so the misquote the common misquote is fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So here are the choices for the real quote: fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy. Hold on, did I just copy and paste it exactly? Oh no! Fasten your seatbelts for it's going to be a bumpy ride. So they add 4. Okay. Fasten your seatbelts cause it's going to be a bumpy ride. Or fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy night.
Ooh.
Based on it being, in the 30s or 40s, I'd say it's 4. 4
yeah, that sounds right. But I'm going to go with it's going to be a bumpy night just because it's so different.
So Pokey says 4.
That way we can have different answers.
Pokey says 4, it's going to be a bumpy ride. And Matt says it's going to be a bumpy night.
Yeah, I honestly think 4 is the correct answer, but I'm going to go with night just to have a different answer.
Okay, so here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear this well.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Yes! Wow.
Could you hear it? Could you guys hear it okay?
Oh, yeah. I hear it perfectly.
I can turn it up, too. So, real score, Matt is 1, Pokey is 0 for the real game.
Fucking yes!
All right.
Life is complete.
Yes. Let me switch to the next clip. So the misquote is Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. The possible real quotes are Mama always said that that life is like a box of chocolates. So that life is a box of chocolates, right?
Okay.
My mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. Or Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
I think it's my mama.
I think it is as well because I feel like he says my mama a lot, but I'll go with the last one because he's speaking about her. He's speaking about her in the past tense.
So you're going with Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates, and Matt, you're going with my mama always said.
God damn it! But all of them sound right now.
Say the first one again. Say the first one again.
Does sound right.
Can I get a playback on the first one, please? Oh.
As soon as he's back to his mic.
He had to get that. He had to go get another pen.
Yeah.
2 pens wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to double check it. That's why I was zipping away.
Okay.
We're going to throw this one out because the internet sort of misled me.
Okay.
And so we're going to throw this one out. So I'll play the real answer, but it's kind of like it's both. It's kind of like you're both right.
It's both.
Yes.
It's my mama said life was always like a box.
Yes.
It's got both wasn't it?
The internet quote was incorrect. And so when because I swear when I played it back to record it before the show, I was like, I swear he said my at the beginning, but I know he says was. So we'll play it.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get.
So he does say my mama and was. All
right, so we're both correct.
I'll give you both.
So
the
either
points.
we can take no points or points each.
Well, I know you guys have fragile egos, so I'll give you points.
That's true.
Very fragile.
Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore, was the misquote that I read.
Mm-hmm.
The choices are Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas anymore. Or, well, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
I'm going to say B, the second one.
So Pokey says, Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas anymore. Matt?
Did you come up with the other quotes? The other fake quotes?
I did.
What was that first one again?
Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
God, I don't feel like you would have wrote I've a feeling.
Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas anymore. Or, well, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
See, it's funny because now I'm going with the logic of what do I think Sean would have came up with?
That might hurt you.
I feel like I've watched enough that I feel like I'm right on this one.
I feel like you are right, but I kind of want to go with A. I'm going to go with the A answer.
So you're Matt.
But I think Pokey's right.
Matt's choice is Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Pokey's choice is Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm afraid is the right answer, but I'm going with the first one.
Let's play.
Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Did you hear it?
I have a feeling.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
So Matt was correct.
Dang.
See, I went with the logic of I don't think Sean would have wrote I have a feeling.
Yeah.
All right. So
I know Sean's writing style a little too well.
Dang.
Yes. I thought
for sure I was right on that one.
It sounded right.
Yeah.
It honestly did.
Okay. Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Was the misquote. The commonly misquoted version. Here are the choices. Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, ain't ya? Now, Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Or, Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
It's 3.
I want to say it's 3 as well, but I'll go with the second one.
So Pokey's going with, now, Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Matt's going with, Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
Yes. I think Matt's is right, but for the sake of
So for the sake of you not getting a point as well, you're going to go with a different guess. Okay. For the sake of you possibly also...
Oh, can we take the same... I didn't know we could take the same answer.
Yeah. If you think it's right. Yeah, we can take the same
I think it's
answer.
the last one.
Okay.
As well.
So you're both officially going with Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
C or 3. Yeah.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
You're both correct.
I was very confident in that answer, actually.
Yeah.
You've rewound that scene multiple times.
Oh, you know how much I love a shot of a man through a woman's leg.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. That's my jam.
You know, they were like really close in age during that movie too. I believe they weren't that far apart in age.
I mean, I'm sure that's still true.
Well, you have to remember
as people continue to age.
So she's dead, so she doesn't age anymore.
True.
I suppose.
I mean, if you do carbon dating on her skeleton, you would say she's more than, say, 75 or whatever. But remember, Pokey, you have to go. They're going off of Hollywood standards, so she was way older than he was when they shot that movie.
Yes.
By Hollywood female to male standards.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we're gonna go with Cool Hand Luke. The quote that's commonly missaid is, "What we have here is a failure to communicate." So the possible alternatives, or the possible correct quote is, "What we have here, gentlemen, is failure to communicate. What we've got here is failure to communicate. What we have here, gentlemen, is a failure to communicate."
Oh,
the last one.
So you say, "What we have here, gentlemen, is a failure to communicate."
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the first one, which just takes the A out.
So Matt's going with, "What we have here, gentlemen, is failure to communicate."
And it could be, either one, but I'm going with it.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all, but I'm going for it. I feel better about Pokey's answer, actually.
All right.
My ego is very frail after this game so far.
All right, let's play it.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Fuck!
You were both wrong on that one. What we've got here is failure to communicate. And the funny thing is, on the internet, on the site I looked these up, they had the word in the quote. But once I listened to it, I'm like, he doesn't say so I corrected it. And
there you go.
I thought gentleman was in there for sure. I just feel like that's...
yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, gentleman fits perfectly for this. It's just a bunch of men in the scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to play this game all day. This is fantastic.
Okay, well, Matt,
yeah, Sean, have more.
You going to cancel your concert tonight?
Sean, are you going to come up with a bunch more quotes off the spot?
Well, I do have a pen. So next week, I am, several sheets of paper. So the movie Wall Street, the commonly misquoted version is "Greed is good," delivered by Michael Douglas. Here are the options for the correct quote. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Next choice, greed.
That's so much longer.
The next choice, greed, it turns out, is good. And the last one, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Based off of the character being like a cocky asshole, the last one seems more like it would fit the character, and that's what I'm going to go off of.
Yeah.
So you're going with the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Yeah, same.
You're going with the same answer.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear.
I feel like you threw a longer one in there to throw us off.
Let's hear what the real answer is.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Oh, so it was the first one.
It was the longer first answer that you thought I wrote to throw you off. No apologies.
Never seen that movie. No idea.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I've never seen it either. You know what? I gave you guys the Planet of the Apes one, and I never came up with alternates for that. So we won't be playing a clip from Planet of the Apes.
Do it quickly. Do it off the top of your head.
Okay, so the choices are: take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Or, take your well-manicured paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Or, take your 8-digit paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Oh, boy.
The first one.
It could so easily be any of them.
I'm not good.
Let me take the next 30 seconds to really think about this.
I'm gonna download a clock ticking sound effect that you'll be able to throw over, or should we just throw in the final Jeopardy music?
I don't know if we have the rights to that.
Well, we're playing a bunch of movie clips.
I'm gonna go. I trust Pokey. I'm gonna go with the first answer.
Okay.
Trust you too.
For lack of a clip, I will merely say the correct line.
Oh, you didn't even pull the clip?
Well, I didn't come up with alternates for it, so why would I pull the clip for it? I was going to skip it, but when I did the first version of the game, I read through I just said that one, forgetting that I didn't include it.
Gotcha.
The answer is, take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. So you both get a point, I guess.
Yay!
Now remember the misquote was "get your stinking paws off me," not "take your stinking paws off me." So
sounds like semantics.
Well, that's what a misquote is. It's maybe one or two words off. It's all semantics. All right. Field of Dreams, starring Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come, is the commonly misquoted version. Here's the options for the correct quote. If it's built, Ray, he will come. Or, if you build it, he will come. Or, if you build it, Ray, they will come.
It's two. Yep.
So you think it's if you build it, he will come?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In reference to either Terrence Mann or Moonlight Graham. I can't remember which one it was. But.
It was his father. Or no, it wasn't his father.
I think
his father showed up.
Yeah, I think Terrence Mann was supposed to come. One of them, I can't. It's been a while since I've actually watched the movie again.
So if you guys know the movie. I've never seen it. I first saw this when I watched the clip. It's a whisper. So if we don't hear it so well, it's because of that. So.
We also need to discuss after this clip the fact that you've never seen that movie.
If you were an avid listener of this show, you would know that there's a lot of movies I have not seen. Anyway.
Pretty much this entire list of movies Sean hasn't watched.
No, that's not true. Anyway.
Most of it.
If you build it, he will come.
If you build it, he will come. You are both correct. You both have a point. Yep. All right. Common misquote. I'm king of the world! As famously said by Leonardo DiCaprio in 1997's Titanic.
As not famously said because it's a misquote.
Whoa!
Semantics, guys.
Matt,
I get the point.
I'm going to give you a bonus point.
Yeah.
For correct.
Sure, I need it.
Wow. Cocky much? Cocky much? Okay.
I mean, I already talked about how enormous my penis is.
Right. Those are different things.
I'm 45% cocky.
Let's just say you're cocksure. Let's meet in the middle here. Let's meet at the Taint and say you're cocksure.
Let's meet in the Midwest.
Let's meet in the Middle East and fling our cocks around. Okay. Excuse me.
Sean's got to write down some important stuff.
Cock joke solid.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Bird.
this, when one person is busy being silent doing something, we rely on the other to sort of vamp and fill the dead spare. Now there are two of you, and you can't.
You said earlier you're the host, so I can't step on your hosting duties.
Yeah. Wait, keep quiet. He's writing.
All right. I'm back, so we can continue on with the show.
Awesome. Cool.
If you had a well-prepared desk, this wouldn't be an issue.
I have a well-prepared desk this time. I have 2 pens and paper.
Yeah, but you're only using one of those 2 pens.
Look, what
are
I
you
learned
doing with the other pen?
What I learned, I'm clicking it. I'm applying taint pressure. Anyway, what I learned a long time ago is you are only in control of your own actions, right? So I can only control what I do. I cannot control the actions of others. So if this show goes completely off the rails, it is not for lack of preparedness on my part.
No,
it is for unruly, immature, toddler-like behavior from the two of you.
Mostly me.
And myself. Okay.
All right.
So the 3 options. Sean. Yes, I agree.
Not sorry.
I also agree. The the options for the correct quote are: I am king of the world, I am the king of the world, or I'm the king of the world. So
I'll go with the last one.
So I am king, I am the king, I'm king.
I'll say the last one.
Before you even said any of those, when you said the misquote, I immediately thought it would be I am the king of the world, number 2. So that's what my head was doing immediately before you even said any of them. So that's what I'm going to go with. So
Pokey is I'm the king of the world, and Matt is I am king of the world.
Yes.
No.
Is that what you said?
The second one you said was I am the king of the world.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yes, that's
so
what
Matt's
I'm going
going.
with.
I am the king of the world. And Pokey's going. I'm the king of the world. So basically, it's either I'm or I am is what we're going with.
Technically, they're both right.
I'm the king of the world!
It's I'm
the king of the world. Pokey has a point. Well, he has more than 1 point, but he earned a point on that round.
Gotcha. But I kind of got a bonus point before that, so it's basically the round's a wash.
Bonus points can be taken away.
Shed.
Say something. Hey, show me your pens real quick.
Yeah, show me all your pens and highlighter. Hey, show me that comb you have at your desk for someone who buzzes their head.
It's not for
It's for beard comb.
Oh, it's
not
for
my
down
head.
south. It's for the downstairs.
Well, no, it's for my beard.
Oh, that's right, because you do cornrows down there.
No,
he's a hard middle part.
We've discussed what I do down there.
I'm going to fill the awkward silence now. I'll talk right now, sure.
Okay. A commonly misquoted line from King Kong is, "'Twas beauty that killed the beast."
Mm-hmm.
The alternates, which are one of them is correct, are, "It was beauty killed the beast." "'Twas the beauty that killed the beast." "'Twas beauty that killed beast."
I'll go with 2.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Okay, Pokey's going with "'Twas the beauty that killed the beast." And Matt is going with "It was beauty killed the beast."
Yeah.
It was beauty killed the beast.
Could you guys hear that really well?
Yeah.
Actually,
Matt was correct.
Yep.
Matt was correct.
Another point.
It was Beauty killed the beast. You know what? I did the Casablanca one and didn't come up with alternates for that either.
Let's do it.
I ran out of time.
Make them up.
Okay. Make them up. So the most commonly misquoted line, or the way it's misquoted commonly is, play it again, Sam. And the alternates are, play it again, will you, Sam? Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. Or play as time goes by again, Sam.
First one.
So you have play it again, will you, Sam?
I'm going to go with the second one because you threw in a name of a song.
I said the name of the song in the second and third answer.
I know, but but I feel like I'm going to go with the second one because the name of the song got added into the quote, and I don't feel like you would have just came up with the name of the song off the top of your head.
So your justification for
I know there's two answers that have it,
yeah,
but
so
I feel the first one is the correct
one is because the name of the song is in the quote, and you don't think I would have come up with the name of the song, which is why you're ruling out the third quote, which is a quote that has the name of the song in it.
Because I think you read I think you read it on the second one and then came up with the third one off the top of your head, also using the name of the song.
So then say that.
So number 2.
Well, that's what you did say.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have the clip?
I do. This is another one. I actually have the clip. Hold on. I better make sure I do. No, I don't. All right. So
we'll all talk.
Just say it like he did. Just say it like Bogart did in the movie.
The correct answer. Well, no. Here's the thing. Who do you think said it?
Oh, didn't Bogart say it?
No.
Oh, well, say it like whoever said it in the movie.
The female lead.
Oh,
I think
say it like the female lead,
or laying on the computer, laying on the piano. Sorry,
it's a very advanced movie.
Yes, I think she's laying on the piano during it.
She's like, play me like one of your French girls, Sam.
She is sitting in a chair, and he is sitting at the piano. The answer is play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. So Matt was correct again. But because of that, all that arguing with how I came up with the quotes, I'm going to take away your
my goddamn bonus point.
Yep.
You son of a fucking bitch.
It was only a matter of time.
I can only get bonus points taken away, right?
So the next one is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I was about to just insult you like crazy.
The common misquote, as you know, is mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Mm-hmm.
Alternate quotes, one is correct. Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to go with 2.
All right, so now that Pokey locked that in, I know for a fact that it's Magic Mirror, not Mirror Mirror.
Okay.
But I don't know which one of the two that you said is correct.
What was the first one? The first one was
Magic Mirror.
The first one.
Yeah.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? The second one.
I think it's 3, fairest one of all. I think that's the correct answer.
The one that you picked, Pokey, was mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? And then Matt is saying it's magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Could I change my answer to 1?
You want to go with magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Oh, no, it's not who is, no.
I think
Matt's right. I'm just trying to think here.
Yeah, you can switch. I'm not the game master, but I'm okay with him switching.
I'll stick with my original. I'll stick with 2.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going with 2, Matt's going with 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
My queen.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Matt takes it again with who is the fairest one of all. Although, Pokey, you went with mirror, mirror. So you both had one of all at the end of your answers. It was just a magic mirror versus mirror, mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the magic mirror part. I knew that for a fact. That's why I was hoping you didn't have another magic mirror quote in there. I was like, I got it.
Right? Got to make it hard. Okay, we've got aliens. Stay away from her, you bitch, is the commonly misquoted version. So here we have, get off of her, you bitch. You stay away from her, you bitch. Or get away from her, you bitch.
Ooh,
it's been so long.
I think it's 3.
It's you.
Get away from
three
her,
is
you
get
bitch.
away from her, you bitch. 1 was you stay away from her, you bitch. 2 was get off of her, you bitch.
I'll go with 2. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I can't even remember. Like,
so you have get off of her, you bitch, and Matt has get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah, I think it's get away from her.
Okay, all right, I'm going to play it, Matt.
I'm listening. I'm playing Sigourney Weaver's voice in my head right now.
All right, I'm going to play it. Pokey, just start taking Matt's answers.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Pokey, just start saying whatever Matt says. I mean,
just whatever Matt says, just do. Just follow him.
I don't know
Yeah, but you guess first.
But you, you guess first.
Hey.
Pick what Matt's going to pick.
Hey, I'm in the normal here. These are commonly misquoted.
Yeah, so
I'm actually winning this game. Proving the point.
I mean,
Matt's the freak of nature here.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got them all right.
He's the leprechaun that has the
Dude, this is us playing the Princess Bride game all over again.
It is, yeah. Except we're not having that like wager version at the end where you lose all your points.
Where I ended up losing in the end.
Yeah, we pit Matt up against Adam Bongard with Princess Bride quotes, trivia, not just quotes, trivia, and Matt was very far in the lead. But,
it was bad.
But then we did a version where you could wager points at the last question, and Adam won the last question and ended up having more points than Matt did.
I actually just ran into Adam a month ago.
You did?
Yeah, like out to eat in Hanover. So
that's where I run into him all the time.
So
is out to eat at Hanover?
I typically drive there to eat.
That's the only place you like to eat? Bloomington, Hanover?
No, just Hanover. Bloomington. Why would I eat there? I live there.
So you drive from Bloomington to Hanover.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
Every meal.
You misquoted me.
I did. Because you misquoted because you misquoted me. I was correcting your misquote of me. So I didn't
Well, if we've learned anything while playing this game, Pokey constantly misquotes.
He does. which is the common thing to do, right?
I'm trying to keep with the spirit of the game, guys.
So you're normal.
Yeah, you're the everyman that like the audience can relate to. Matt's like he's the unrelatable like robot of a human, like that no one can feel any feelings for. You're cold and metal, like you have no heart. There's not blood pumping through any veins. You have wires and maybe there's some oil. Hydraulic, sure.
Fluid.
Yeah, sure. You know more about what's in you than me, so yeah, just start rattling off parts.
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah. So
why would you know what's in me?
Continue. Pistons, I don't know. Rack and pinion steering, I don't know.
I don't have steering.
Oh, of course not. You have no direction. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Ouch.
Yes. All right. Sunset Boulevard. Now that was a good joke. Anyway. Commonly misquoted. I am ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Actual quote options. All right, Mr. DeMille. I'm ready for my close-up. I'm ready for my close-up now, Mr. DeMille. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Can you say the first one again?
Believe it or not, they are all different. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up, which is close to the third, which is just, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
And what was the second one again?
Second one, I'm ready for my close-up now, Mr. DeMille.
Just adding a now. Ooh.
My gut, which I know is wrong, is telling me number one.
Look into Matt's gut.
Same.
Matt.
Same. That's my gut is telling me the same, which means I'm probably wrong, so I should change.
So you're both, right now you're both...
Because Pokey picked it, so I'm probably wrong.
Right now you're both...
Go fuck yourself.
I'm going for number one.
It's true, but it hurts.
So you're both going.
Here, eat my cashews.
You're both going with number one. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Yeah. We know we're wrong because I picked it first.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Boom! All right, you both score a point. Pokey was correct, but he guessed first. So Matt, I have to give Pokey credit on getting that one right, not you.
That's fine. I thought it immediately.
He's just trying to keep me in. He's dealing with this fragile ego of mine again.
Now it sounds like based on
it's your fragile ego, not mine.
It sounds like based on the original version of the game that Matt, you might know what the line from Empire Strikes Back really is already. Pokey, do you think you know what it is?
I think I was thinking through it in my head right when you said it, but yeah.
All right. So the common misquote is, Luke, I am your father.
Yes.
The alternates are, no, Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. Or, nuh-uh, I am your father.
Oh, can I please?
Now that was the greatest joke. That was your best joke of the day.
Can you please do that? Can you please do that in your best James Earl Jones impression, please?
I had to end with an obvious. That's a Sean edition. That's not a possible right answer.
Good.
All right. Do you know the answer? Because I do, 100%.
Say the first two. I know it's not the third one, but what are the
I don't rule it out.
Don't rule it out. You know, it's okay.
I wanted to go with Balderdash status quo on this last one.
Give me the first two again.
First two.
That was so good. All right.
First two. Even with the finger wag has to be part of it. Nuh-uh. Anyway. No, I am your father. Or, no, Luke, I am your father.
It's the first one.
It's just a matter of, does he say the name Luke or not at this point?
No, I think he says Luke earlier, and then I know he says Luke earlier, and then says something, and then says, no, I'm your father.
Yeah. The correct answer is no, I am your father.
Okay, we're going with both answers are no, I am your father.
Yep.
He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Yay! You both get a point for. Okay, we're done celebrating. All right. So do you guys
don't say we? You were the only one celebrating.
Yeah, but once I stopped, that means we're all done. Like, since you guys weren't celebrating, I'm technically correct. If you guys choose to start celebrating now, and then I might be wrong, but I have a feeling you're not going to do that.
Sean, we and us are my pronouns.
You are the and them.
I'm the and them. Pokey, you've chosen to not identify your pronouns.
I already have too many names.
But Matt, yours is just listed as us, not we and us.
I know, but we is the other option. I'll put it in there. I'll fix it.
You can't.
I'll fix it.
You got to be specific. I could just say them and be like, well, the and them are one and the same. They're together.
All right. Well, let's talk about this later. Okay, not in front of. Let's not do this in front of the guest.
Siri. All right, tallying up Pokey's points. Should I add the points from the original version of the game to the totals? Or do we want to just go with the actual version of the game?
Well, are they separate? So who won the first? Who was the best
we'll
at
do that.
Getting the wrong quotes right?
All right. So the original form of the game. So who guessed the movies that the misquoted line was from? Pokey has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amazing points.
Oh shit! His points are amazing.
They're amazing.
Thank you.
They're in tally form. So on the fifth one, I slashed across and we started a new set.
Oh, shit.
Wait, are you a left to right slash, or do you do a right to left slash?
I did right to left.
Ooh,
so right is at the top, left is down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe that would be called a forward slash in a URL.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
That's how I do them too.
And Matt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. However, his points are horrendous.
Ooh.
So Pokey's points are amazing. Matt's points are horrendous. They might be worth more per point than anyway.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, now we're down to the real game.
All right.
Where Matt crushed me.
Listing them off in no particular order. Matt has 1, 2, 3, 4, slash 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, slash 10, 11, 12. Horrendous, sad, lonely points. Cold-hearted robot parts.
Out of how many movies was that?
Yeah, is that including his points from the previous round?
It is not including his points from the previous round.
That's just... How many movies were there? I got 12 out of how many movies?
Yeah, there was a total of... So I don't have an exact count right now. Because the total list was 20 movies, but I did not do some of them because I didn't come up... So I'm going to say it's around 16 or 17, maybe.
Okay.
Pokey with his amazing points. 1, 2, 3, 4, slash 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's it. Oh, he's only got 7.
Damn.
But they're amazing.
They are, and like I said, I feel good about myself for that.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, it's more of an individual game anyway, right?
Yeah.
You're just trying to improve on your own previous score, which you don't have one, so
and
you can label this.
And you should
your
probably
baseline.
feel good about the fact that your brain isn't,
tread
full of
here,
this
Matt.
kind of
tread lightly.
bullshit.
See,
my brain is full of this kind of shit. Like, I'm good at oh, that's obviously the correct movie quote. You probably have smarter stuff in your head.
He has real life concerns.
I know. I have so much useless knowledge, but I just the remembering the specific quote. And some of those movies I've watched a bunch, but I haven't seen Aliens probably in over a decade.
I've never seen it.
Same.
You haven't?
No. So
good.
I'm gonna rattle off just a couple of movies I didn't end up coming up with them for because it would have been a little too difficult. Well, one of them might have been a little easy, but I didn't come up with quotes, as we know, for Planet of the Apes. Although on the fly, I came up with, I'll admit, some pretty awesome options.
Almost fooled us.
One of them is the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory," which is from the movie Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Said by Robert Duvall.
Here's why I didn't come up with alternates for this one. Here's the real quote. "I love the smell of napalm in the morning. One time we had a hill bombed for 12 hours. When it was all over, I walked up. We didn't find one of them. Not one stinking dink body. The smell, that gasoline smell. The whole hill smells like victory." That's the actual quote, which is way
Jesus
longer.
Christ.
So I'm like, that one's going to stick out like a sore thumb unless I come up with 2 other really long, elaborate quotes.
So that would have been a good one for you, just to let the big one to make 2 smaller quotes.
2 I love napalm, don't you? Those are mine. That's what I come up with.
So that's a great line, but I will say this, and I just want to say this. I know Sean won't watch it because you don't. It seems like you just don't watch movies in general. But
I do watch movies. I do.
No, it's fine. You hate movies.
Yeah, it's okay. You're a movie hater.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You hate pens. You hate movies.
Yeah, that's why I hate writing movies.
Yeah.
No, but have you ever seen Hearts of Darkness?
No.
It's a documentary that they filmed during the shooting of Apocalypse Now, and all the crap that went wrong during, with Martin Sheen breaking down and all that stuff. But amazingly good. Should watch it. Awesome. Just made me think of it. But
I've heard.
Yes.
So was that Oliver Stone that directed that one?
No, Coppola.
Oh yeah,
right? Francis Ford Coppola.
Is John C. Reilly in that movie?
No.
No. Okay.
Lawrence Fishburne, Martin Sheen, Marlon Brando.
Am I thinking of Platoon? Anyway, I heard John C. Reilly on a podcast talk about some crazy things during one of a shoot of a movie like that. Maybe it is that. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's move on. The other one, or I should say, another one, is this is another case where Houston, where the internet was wrong. They have the misquote from Apollo 13 as "Houston, we have a problem." What they put the answer was, "Houston, we've had a problem."
Okay.
And that is such a famous line. I knew that "Houston, we have a problem" was correct. And I looked it up on YouTube and I found that it is "Houston, we have a problem." So this was completely wrong by saying the actual quote. They had the actual quote completely wrong. The last one.
And also something that was never said in real life.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They never said that in real life.
Interesting.
The other one was Dirty Harry, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" is the commonly misquoted line. The actual one was,
"Well, do ya, punk?"
Sort of. That's in there.
It's part of it.
It's you've got to ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? So it kind of goes between, is anyone talking in first person? Because you would think if you say, "Well, do ya," then you think the line would be, "Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do ya," or whatever. But no, he throws in an I in there because it's a very confusing line if you really read it. So that was my game I came up with for this show.
Well done. I like that game. It's a good game.
Well done.
I feel like I learned something. I got to spend time with you guys, and I learned something today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all it does is, again, prove that when people come on here and compete against me in movies, they're gonna, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not boasting. I'm kind of, it's kind of sad.
Right now.
You're both
kind of sad for me to even say that I'm going to always win.
You're about to say, "Tain't no chance I'm going to lose."
Yeah, I want somebody to come on here and beat me.
I feel like the quote thing, I was off on it today. I feel like there's other stuff, like definitely like people in movies doing all that stuff, remembering that. I can remember that, or the premise of the movie very well.
Here's the funny part about, so you had no prep for this. Like, the funny part about when Adam was on and we did Princess Bride was I had said to both of them, you guys both agree on a movie that you both feel very confident about. And they both settled on Princess Bride, and Matt still just completely mopped the floor with Adam. Adam was just doing horribly after presenting himself as someone who was very confident about trivia about this movie. But to be fair, I know what you're going to say.
To be fair, some of the questions Sean came up with, because Sean didn't like find Princess Bride trivia questions. He watched the movie and came up with his own.
I like that.
So one of the questions was how many buttons were on the fucking sweater vest that the grandfather was wearing. And I guessed 3 and was right.
But you have to realize too, like you have to understand how Sean's brain works when he's watching the movie.
I'm like, here's the movie. I'm going to look over here and find out stuff over here. That
I think one was like what was on the poster in the kid's wall. Yep. One was like what type of hat was hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
And then a few of them were like actual quotes or actual things that happened throughout the movie.
There were a couple of gimmies, but the final one, and I don't remember the answer honestly.
Yeah.
But the big wager question was the famous quote. Oh, Matt's holding up the number, so he remembers.
It was 7.
Now. I forget what the exact quote is now, but it's my name is Iglio Montana.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepared to die.
Yes.
How many times did he say that throughout the movie?
Did he say that in the movie?
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
So apparently 7.
It was 7.
7 times.
Because he says it. He says it's like sprinkled once here, over here. But then at the end, when he's actually dueling the guy he wants to say it to, he says it over and over and over again. So I'm like, I have to be the question.
Pokey's dog is snoring so hard right now.
I can hear it.
Yeah. Chester, wake up, buddy. Oh God,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, he snores. He's a Beagle Basset mix. He's
oh yeah,
that's him right there.
He's got health problems.
Do you? Yeah, he's 9. He's old. Go back to sleep.
He's like, I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't know. Great. Sounds like it.
Well, that was fun.
Seriously, guys, a ton of fun.
Indeed. Well, yeah, we'll have you on again sometime.
I would love to.
Sean will come up with another movie game.
I would love to.
Does that mean me?
Now I got to go back and I got to listen to some of these. Now you have me interested. I have to go I got to hop on and do some work for a client. So I'm definitely going to go back and now listen to Adam just get decimated in this game.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the episode.
We'll try to look up what the title of that one is so you can find it.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
But I will warn you. Whenever you have company over, you kind of clean up the house and you make yourself a little more presentable, right? To impress them, so they don't see the window into your real day-to-day life.
Yes.
This was a very, very well prepared show. There are plenty of episodes where Matt and I just sit down and go, we don't bring anything to talk about. So don't base the level of enjoyment you might get out of listening to us on this episode, because it was much more put together.
We covered so much. From Taints to movies to crash and burn jokes. I just feel really great about everything that happened.
Good.
And I feel like I know a lot about Matt's genitals now.
As everyone should.
And yet there's still a mystery. This any of these facts about Matt's genitalia and the surrounding area, it's all hearsay. It's all spoken word. No one has ever seen this.
Matt's genitals. We can come back and do a game just about Matt's genitals if you want to.
I will leave you to come up with that, Matt. I will not come up with a game for that.
Yeah.
Pokey and I can argue over which completely bullshit facts you've decided to come up with regarding
my penis is this length measured from behind my balls to the tip, in front of my balls to the tip.
And the distance from the moon to my penis is...
And guess what? You thought I was talking inches, but no, we're talking feet.
No. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I seriously,
we're talking
I loved it,
fathoms.
I love this though. Seriously, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. It was good stuff.
Go.
I
was just gonna say, if you're ever looking, is the general premise to talk to people that we went to high school with and then just have a freewheeling conversation with them, or what's the
Nah.
There's after whatever, what is this, episode 93?
This will be 93, yeah.
After 93 episodes, there's really no set premise to what we do.
It's just freewheeling.
Sometimes, we come on, we just chat.
Yeah,
sometimes we play games.
Yeah, so we were sort of cherry picking different ideas toward the beginning and trying different things out, and we abandoned some things, and some things we've kept going that sort of reoccur here and there. Yeah. I mean, one thought I had was that we would be able to occasionally bring on people from high school just to catch up and discuss that. So this does qualify.
It's happened
as a bit of a germ of the original idea, but no, we've not stuck to anything really.
It's part of its charm.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's Lucky Charm.
It was just fun. There's a lot of nostalgia for me with it. Just
good.
Like
it's brand new.
When we were all hanging. Well, no, the nostalgia came from hanging out with, having hung out with you guys a lot and a part of our life, our lives. Like it's very that kind of brought me back to that time. A lot of fun.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So
it stirred up those painful memories
sometime.
for me as well.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Pokey and I almost lived together at a time, did we not? We were looking.
We almost did. We were actively looking, and then I think Mark decided. No, did you? And then you, Mark, and Travis moved in together, did you, or was it just you and Mark?
No, I never lived with Mark. This was, I think, once. So Matt and Mark and Travis lived together, and I think once that happened, you and I started talking. But I really don't know why it never ended up happening. I don't remember. I have no recollection whatsoever as to why it didn't end up happening.
We did actively look. I feel like we had actually filled out applications or something like that.
Yeah, because the first time I ended up ever moving out was after Travis had lived with Mark and Matt. I moved in somewhere with Travis, so it was. What were you guys? You guys were in that place for like 13 months or something. So
yeah.
So it was clearly that amount of time after that all happened. I might have at some point fallen out of a job, maybe, and I couldn't commit to it or something.
Were we at Archway at that time?
Yeah. Well, because I know. Well, Matt was living in Rogers in those apartments with with Travis and Mark when Matt and I started working in Archway. So I bet you I was maybe like I think I lost my job at the juice factory, and so maybe I was like out of the running for a bit for trying to find a place to live. That could be what
I worked at Archway with you guys for a bit.
Yeah.
Before I started doing, more group home stuff at that point.
Okay. Robbing
I
group
moved
homes?
over doing the group home. Yeah, robbing group homes. Yes.
Yeah.
They
got a lot of taggy jewelry. So
yeah, lots of bedpans and medications.
Yeah, but I do remember us looking for that because you guys. What was the name of the place? It's the Wellsteads, right? Is that the name of the apartments too? There.
No,
the Preserve.
Preserve.
Yeah,
I do remember you guys living there.
I know that because I did end up eventually living there with Sarah. That's where she and I first moved in together. Was those apartments?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I suggested it because I was like, well, this is pretty. I know this place is pretty cheap, and the building is still at that time was still pretty new. And so I suggested she was not thinking of living anywhere near out there outside of like the Minneapolis type of area. So, but I was like, hey, but because actually it was her trying to live with our boss at the time. I wasn't even because we were starting to date, and she was looking for a place for her and her boss to live together in. And I suggested that place, and they both looked at it, and then he was like, his credit history wasn't great, and so he didn't end up qualifying. And so that's how she and I ended up living together, was like, hey, well, what about us? And in my opinion, we had not been together that long to all of a sudden move in together.
How long were you together at that point?
It was a few months.
17 years.
Yeah.
That's my ex-wife. We actually moved in together after dating for like 2.5, 3 months. I moved to Rochester and we lived in Rochester. And we rented an apartment. She got a job down there and it just there was nothing holding me back in Elk River.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, sure, I'll go.
Yeah.
So
I was there, but no.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, we might. For us, it might have been 5. I want to say it was maybe around 5 or 6 months that we were together once we moved in. Yeah, so that's what happened there.
Memories.
What's that song in Clone High?
Well,
remember the memories.
Oh, that was a great, very underrated show.
Yeah, it is. It's coming back.
It is.
It's coming back in some form. I forget how, but it's actually been confirmed by Lord and Miller and Bill Lawrence, everybody that was involved in creating that show. Oh, they've confirmed that Clone High is going to return, whether it be a web show or I don't know what it'll be on, a streaming platform probably.
What concert are you going to tonight, Matt?
Duran.
Oh,
yeah.
Ever seen them before?
Nope.
Well, enjoy.
Taints galore. Taints everywhere. Taints as far as the eye can see.
Well, thousands of taints.
Thousands of taints.
That's just what comes out of Duran show.
That is that's the success and level of fame of Duran Duran. They can still attract thousands of taints to their show, every show.
All right, boys.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
All
Bye.
Right. You guys have a good one.
Bye.
We are on TikTok now, which makes us even cooler. HS Famous. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at HSFamousPod. Email us directly at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. We have Patreon too, but you'll never go there. Altogether, our hearts beat as one.